it's a hard fucking role. I mean, he might win a fucking Oscar for, Patty the Great, man. Just like Shamrock, man. The thing is, you got Grace Lippin. He's an Apache fighter for UFC. You got Patty the Great, which is this blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Bradley Cooper-looking fighter. A 6'1". That's a monster in the ring. And Lippin is, 170, maybe 75-pound fighter that, is based on Hoist Gracie. It's a film based basically on Hoist Gracie. And it's called Grace. And my grandfather was Papa Joe, and he was an Apache. Look at this right here. He's an Apache Indian. The French Revolution, to kill the English during the Revolutionary War, they used the Apaches because they were violent, and mean, and cruel. And they had blue eyes. And they had olive skin. Olive skin. And they're still around. And they're a tribe of people. And they were good fighters. They were real good fighters. And they were real dangerous. And the French used them. Here's one little thing the Apaches did to the English when the English wouldn't leave. Because see, when I'm in the ring, I'm going to say, get out of the ring, or I'm going to kill you, right? So the Apaches said, give up on the war and let the French and these revolutionaries win, or we're going to be real cruel. So what do? They take their army. This is documented in history. They took the English army and they cut them up in little pieces and sent them down the river in little pieces, just like they were food. And they sent them down the river, and they were found. Look at that beautiful cloud right there. Okay? It's a beautiful cloud. And they found them. And the English said, these Apaches are wild Indians. Wild Indians! They were wild. Look at that right there. They were hungry. Look at those guys right there. The mask, they're wearing masks, and they were hungry. Wild Indians. The Apache were. You know what Apache means in French? It's another way to say enemy. But I don't see my grandfather as an enemy. Papa Joe, I don't see him as an enemy. I don't see him as an enemy. I see him as a man. And he had a family. And his wife was Irish. Her name was Granny Ann. So we called her Ann Mitchell. And her grandmother was Margaret Mitchell. And that's not a lie. You can do the research on that. My great-grandmother was Margaret Mitchell. But Papa Joe was Apache, and that's true. So is Lippin. Lippan. It's an Apache name. Joe's name was Papa Joe Looney. Look it up. It's on a tribal scroll. An Apache tribal scroll. I will play Grace Lippin. And Grace Lippin will fight Patty the Great in the ring using the same rules that UFC rules. It's very dangerous. There's blood involved. A lot of pain and memory. All kinds of stuff going on in that ring. There's Indian people right there. And Apache is a dangerous UFC fighter.